I had this working today. And I thought, well, first, IP sets. Anybody ever used IP sets or the other one, IP set?
No.
Because there's some of the, I think the shore wall firewall or one of the other A4 firewalls to some extent has one that's called IP sets. What I'm talking about is IP set. And in all IP set is it's been around for a long time. Hardly anybody knows about it. Today, I think I kind of found out why. Because I just changed a bunch of configuration files just in the last few weeks. And, I just wasn't aware of it. It's not totally stable yet, even though it's been around for a long time.
So what is it?
Yeah. So if you want to block IP addresses from, maybe you have a LAN that needs an internet connection, a VPN, some SSH ports. You want to block a whole bunch of IP addresses, like say, I don't know, all of China. To add all of China's IP addresses into IP tables, you have a really big IP tables file. Or you can add it into IP deny, Etsy. I'm not even sure I got it. I don't have that on this machine, but like there's the IP deny, IP allow files that
Host.allow.
and host.allow. Yeah. Thank you, Tom Fritz. Okay. These files, they really only work though if the program you're using, whether it's your SSH daemon or your SIP server or whatever, has this capability built in. And Failed to Ban has some pretty good, a lot of support for a whole bunch of different protocols, HTTP and SSH, and other things. But if you just want to block it, all of China, at your firewall, for everything, no matter what port you're trying to connect in or what application you're trying to use. It seems to me IP set is the way to go. So currently, this is a package name in CentOS, IP set. And just in the last few weeks, it's been up to it's a 6.11, which is quite a bit behind the raw source code for it. So, I mean, this is only from October 15th. As you can see here by the build date. And I reinstalled it today to try to figure out the problem. And this is ipset.netfilter.org. Netfilter, you know, is really the same organization that does IP tables. But it's, you can see here, I was shocked to read this, that IP sets are a framework inside the Linux 2.4 and 2.6 kernel, because I've been asking around for something like this for a long time, and not many people knew much of a way to handle this.
Did you come to the talk that I did on
IP
tables?
No.
So I mentioned this.
Should have been here. But did you demo any IP sets by chance? What operating system?
I'm using Debian.
So it's supposed to be an IP set is supposed to be an efficient way to store a whole bunch of IP addresses and subnets, so that you don't slow down IP tables You can create sets different ways. They can have a simple list, a single IP address, hash tables. So this was one way to create a set of IPs you want to block. So it's really pretty simple. It's IP set, create. This is the name, you supply it. So this was supposed to be a set name for all of the IP addresses, IP subnets in China. And this is the type of IP set it's going to be. It's a hash. So first you create this set name called China. It's a hash type. This minus exclamation point means create it again, even if it's already there. So I'm just adding this IP set add is adding to the China IP set. I'm going to give it this subnet, add another subnet. And then you have a separate one, at least I have had it for IP6. Now, I got to tell you, for the last year, it's been real easy to generally create these sets. You get it into IP tables, everything's working great until you reboot. And then this is the error, hopefully. You get this error when you go to reboot, because this IP set doesn't exist. And it's pretty early, of course, it's the IP tables, it's pretty early in the boot process. So you can see right here, yeah, kernel module, IP set is not loaded in. And so, I mean, again, everything will work fine until you restart your machine.
What happens when you do this? IP tables doesn't load.
Yeah, thank you for, I forgot about that, yeah. So you have this great firewall, hundreds of lines of your IP tables filed, blocking everything. It's your firewall, your main firewall for your network. You go to reboot it, because, I don't know, shell shock, some problem. And IP tables won't load at all. It'll be completely empty, everything's going in and out. So, needless to say, it didn't go into production. And I spent a lot of time thinking that it was, if I could hard code the IP set module, either the IP tables file, I was thinking it was this file, you can set modules for what gets loaded in to IP tables. And anybody use this? Just if you're curious, I just started using this a couple months ago. I forget what it stands for. I don't think it stands for anything, but it's BYOBU is a it's like a layer on top of screen and TMUX. I'm a big fan of screen. Haven't really gotten into TMUX, but in some ways that's probably better than screen. But one of the things I was hoping to do tonight was, but in the interest of time now, I've had too many problems, but I was hoping to have it so that I could share this screen and then other people here or on the internet could see the same screen same time I'm using it. But so this is where this on CentOS, it's in this sysconfig IP tables -config file. This is what this is. And I thought for sure that just load it into here, ipset or IP_set. Now it would fix it. No, still no firewall.
It's nice to see somebody else.
So I came up with all kinds of different schemes. I just fix it myself. It turns out when you have that error, it's kind of misleading. So when IP tables is looking for this kernel module, ipset is actually loaded. But China, this ipset definition, is not. So I had all different kinds of scripts that I tested out, but wasn't really trusting myself enough. A little too paranoid that I'd break the firewall again. And so I thought, well, if I have another service that starts before ipset, or excuse me, if I have an ipset service that just added this in, by the way, at least in CentOS, that creates the your ipset tables, China, Russia, bad guys, whatever you want to call it. Before IP tables tries to load them in, that's simple enough. But if that fails and IP tables loads, you still want to have something in your IP tables script to say, okay, these lines that reference an ipset module, drop them out of IP tables so that the whole rest of your firewall can stay up. This is a real basic NAT. This is an IP tables file. You're not supposed to actually edit this. It's better to use the command line.
Nah.
Just got this sketch.
I always had
So there's failed to ban. I have this is the SSH. Of course, I have that first so that I don't block myself out right now. And then this adds a thing on for related and established that gets accepted. It's this line right here, but if this China IP set is not defined already, this is what's actually failing. And you need to get this defined before IP table starts up. So this basically says match a set. I forget what this exactly is. These are both set matching instructions in IP tables of some kind. And then there's another one with a capital S, ET. I don't know enough about it. But it's just basically saying if the source or destination IP address is in the China IP set, drop. It's really it's real simple, and it's fast.
How does it make it faster?
built-in hash table.
Hash tables is one of them. There's different. They have a whole bunch of different kinds. You can do just ports, I guess. I don't find that all that useful. But you can also do MAC addresses. So I guess one thing I was wondering about is extending this to EV tables, or I mean, where our office is at, there's a lot of traffic, and it's amazing how many cars now have built-in Wi-Fi. And you'll see Ford.
So you want a MAC set type command that uses MAC address to build it.
Yeah, but unless this is the new version, unless the version of this is now stable, we're still a ways from trusting this with my firewall.
Which aspect of it? Loading it?
Yeah, I just so let's look at the change log. So this guy Red Hat committed this 6.11-3 at the end of August. It got installed on this machine with automatic updates, basically, a few weeks ago, less than that. And it doesn't mention anything. I haven't really looked yet, but it doesn't mention that it changes this configuration file. I guess but one of the key is so this is what used to work a few weeks ago. Oh, I need to back up and explain it. On CentOS, Red Hat derivatives, it's this, you put an ipset file in etc sysconfig, and now this init script that comes with ipset will read it. Notice I called this used to work because, again, it worked a few weeks ago. And I had ipset commands in it. But with today's version, you gotta just basically take out these so I just gotta take out this command, the ipset command in this. I go,
Right, you run the add command rather than the set add.
yeah, because what just look at the init. This init script is all new, and it's changed in the last couple of releases. I wasn't even aware that they actually just became available in CentOS even on a Bugzilla entry for it. I rudely found out this afternoon when I restarted my machine. So again, this is in the /etc init.d ipset service or init script. There's a line, ipset_data, that's going to look for a configuration file under etc sysconfig. And in this case, it's just ipset, because that's defined there. And then you go down to the start section of this init script. And we can see it being read in. So if you did /etc init.d ipset status or start, stop, you do start, you're going to get into this section, and it's going to do this ipset restore command, where it's just going to redirect now from a text file to create these different sets of IP addresses. So when I started my computer up, it should have read from /etc sysconfig ipset and created these two, China 6 and China. I'm picking on China, but
There's good reason to.
You should be, they just like to steal our tech.
yeah. But it's all over there. I mean, I hope.
If that's fair.
I mean, there's lots of hacker. I mean, and then really it's the botnets that have 10,000 charter users or 10,000 Cox users. They're right here in the States that should be trying to get into your firewall or into your system. So the list command will list the different ipset names you have. So this is saying, I have an ipset named China. This is its type, it's a hashnet. it's size and memory, and then there's just 3 IP subnets within this China IP set. I don't have any IP6 ones, but so
And yet it still uses,
what's that?
and yet it still uses memory.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good size of.
It creates a hash table regardless of whether
Yeah, I mean maybe that's one of the reasons it's faster because it pre-allocates space. But it is something also to be aware of is that this is memory that the kernel has. At least I'm thinking it does. So if you create an IP set, but then don't actually use it or change its name, create it again, you're going to be taking up kernel memory. And for a long-running firewall, not a whole lot of memory, or maybe a GD work device or something, that could be a problem. But I find, that's not really much of a problem for me because every time there's a kernel update, I got to make sure to restart the firewall.
So have you used it as an script
As of this afternoon,
in testing?
and it's failed. So I guess I could either. So we're at 7:37. I guess I could show you that this isn't working, or I could try to real quickly install the old version of ipset, see if that works. Maybe.
But the init script does not work.
Oh, no, the machine will reboot. I've had this hacked to reboot and still have an actual, not just IP tables running, but IP tables rules running. Pretty much most of the summer. And if I try to ping earlier this morning, like 2.1, I guess it's I mean, they make this pretty easy in some ways. Like you can test. Okay, so I'm just testing here. Is this IP address in the China IP set list or hash table? And it says it is. So that part works. Let's but Google's name servers are not in. But I try to ping. I shouldn't be able to ping anything in this, but I can't.
Okay, well, that just proves that IP tables isn't picking this up.
It might be. There's different ways. There's been 2 different ways I've specified that IP tables rule. At the beginning of the year, it was a slightly different IP tables rule. So I'm wondering if either now I got to adjust IP tables rule, or if there's a problem in IP set. But even though it's testing that IP address is in the set and it should match, maybe there's some other problem.
If
I
you
could
do
just
IP
back
tables dash capital L dash B, what do you get?
IP tables dash capital L dash D.
D. Now, back up at the beginning. It should load the table. You should be able to see those. See it's there.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like I'll load it in here.
So it's supposed to, how my IP tables are configured, it's supposed to do it on, you're not supposed to be able to be able to reach China or China reach you. And again, China's
It's not
just,
loading.
yeah.
Yeah, so there's something wrong with it.
So, I mean, I'm tempted just to go back to the version from much earlier, or,
I'm using this in production right now
are you?
with approximately 100,000 block IPs.
On Debian. Okay. Let's look at that number. Because again, this rule was working this morning with the previous version.
I had a network connection.
He's got one.
I don't want to read that.
Not feeling,
That network connection might be part of it, or why you're probably getting it working.
No.
Well, right now I'm on a computer in my house. So I was going to see, I mean, I might have,
the infamous Adam Hayter firewall rule set. Everybody's got one.
The infamous, it works until you present it. I've seen that in a lot of videos that I watch on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
They do stuff just fine off screen, and then when they try to show it on camera, they just mess it up.
You're gonna get recorded, dude.
I love the mom and dad. Mom and
Hi, Jelly.
sorry guys, I'm just, I'm going to see if I can pull back my old, I knew what version of IP tables, there was a different way to specify this match rule. And I mean, I can see it in here.
Does IP tables also hash?
What's that?
Does IP tables not hash as well?
It does, but the issue is that your
It's-
config file gets really, really, really long. It's much more more efficient to have a totally separate file and have it loaded.
Okay.
It boots faster. I can tell you that.
Can you, with ipset, can you add stuff on the fly? Like, let's say you're working at a store,
Yes,
you
you
happens, can you fire off a rule to block a certain IP address based on?
Well, you have to have a command in the IP tables that's already inserted.
Okay, so you have an IP tables, you specify your IP set, right? So can you
Add things to the
add
table.
things to the
Yeah.
table, like just on the fly? Does it have to rehash itself though?
Yeah.
Does it like cause problems by rehashing on the fly?
I've never had a problem.
Okay.
And I have a really large table. So,
Does it take a long time to do that, to rehash it?
no, not really. It's pretty efficient.
There is some very small amount of documentation on in the man pages. I can't remember if it's in IP set or IP tables. It shows you or tells you that, yes, you can have like a trigger or something in IP tables. Automatically add an IP address to IP set. So maybe they had too many bogus connections. You know.
Yeah, I can see you doing this.
Jump to a thing where it adds that IP address that you don't want anymore, right in the IP set. But I've never done it. Sounds like comments. So.
One reason why this works better is because of the question you asked.
Right.
Because rather than reloading IP tables, you just reload the set, and your firewall's still running. You don't have to connect with it. So
So it sounds like it's, the thing you've been talking about is something that you should do temporary until you update your regular table.
No.
Okay, I guess I'm only saying that.
no, IP sets a way to not have to reload IP tables. And the other thing is,
Well, he did say earlier that it has trouble once you like reboot the system.
yeah, there's a way to overcome that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was hoping to present tonight, and I don't know if we want to spend time on it, because we're already so late, but is that, well, I mean, there's multiple problems that I'm trying to overcome, at multiple levels. My favorite one, and I wish I could spend the time right now to find it on Stack Exchange, but I don't remember exactly what website it's on. This guy is asking on one of the Stack Exchange websites, saying, my firewall's not working, I can't get it to work, and everybody's giving him these really beginner new firewall how-tos, you know. RTFM is basically what they're saying. The whole problem was is that he had an IP set definition, and nobody caught it. I mean, he posted his firewall rules. IP set was the IP set definition. Excuse me. The reference to matching an IP set was clearly in what he posted, but 100 experts or something were saying, no, you just have to restart, restart your firewall, or have this rule this way, you must have done it wrong. But no. The whole problem is that he was trying to match an IP set that hasn't been defined. You do that, it's worth repeating numerous times, you will not have a firewall.
Have you ever done an IP tables -L after loading it when the set load fails?
Oh yeah.
What's happening is, as part of it'll actually stall the output. You'll get a little bit of output and it'll stop. Well, it's stopping right at that line where it fails. And it never recovers from it. IP tables barfs on it.
Mine just
It
comes
load
up.
the rules up to it,
Yeah,
but it won't show you
it just
anything out.
stops.
Oh, you could do this.
Because it gets totally confused.
Yeah.
Some distros, it won't give you anything. IP tables -the list command.
Yeah.
Won't help anything.
Huh.
Oh. Let's we could do this really quick.
Just change the name of,
Um,
something stupid.
Wolf. Shut down Wolf.
Or literally something stupid.
Hey, now.
So, well, I guess,
Now do an IP tables -L.
yeah. We'll see. I mean, maybe they fix this part, but because this init script does. No. This init script tries to handle that situation. Try to define IP sets before IP tables is loaded, but
Show your IP tables.
so are you saying on your machine when you do IP tables -L, it'll tell you the line that
No, it just barfs on it. You'll get a little bit of output, but But I tell you, one way to fix your problem with worrying about whether or not the firewall's working is don't have accepts by default.
Yeah, this is,
Because what'll happen if you take the accept by default out and do a reload is it'll fail closed. So you don't have to worry about it opening you up to all kinds of shit.
yeah, and it's
The way I overcame the init script problem, not being able to load the tables, is I initially loaded it, and under Debian, the way I load the firewall, it just calls the name of the firewall at the bottom of Etsy network or networks interfaces. I have it actually load the IP tables after the interface comes up.
how do you know your IP set definition's already defined?
It's not. I have a different firewall rule set for the initial startup. Once everything comes up and it loads the IP set from rc.local or something like that, then I have it automatically do a reload of the IP tables, but with a different config file.
Yeah, so I mean, again, it never come up.
Yeah, you never come up naked.
So
Yeah, it
there's
always fails closed.
Bad
Well,
visual.
one of the reasons though is one thing that I like to do with IP set is whitelist, blacklist. You can have one great thing about it is it makes it easier to blacklist IP subnets or whitelist. So you only want certain IPs to get to certain places. This can make it a lot easier.
There's this guy here,
Yeah.
Googling along with you, who says you need to do a save, an IP table save.
Well, I added the file directly.
Okay.
So, but I mean, we could try that just to
Said
see what else.
your
Well, you can
rules
see-
exist in memory, but they don't exist.
Right.
Yeah, that won't, it still won't fix the problem if IP set hasn't actually been loaded and called to create the table. All right, it still won't work. I've gone through this. I feel your pain.
This is the best part of this.
And actually, if we did the save right now, that would blow away all of my existing IP table rules. Because what's happened is, because that IP set isn't defined, IP tables comes up blank. I go to save it, I'm saving a blank firewall. Oh, that's one of the other things that, never mind, all the experts on the internet, oh, let's do it. Just make, no.
The best thing you can do there is give the file a name, so I can be able to save name or something. And then save it to a file. There you're just overwriting your default.
Yes.
IP tables.
So he follows the path, he blows away all his rules, then he creates a brute force cron to say, do I have any rules? Nope. Okay, I need to put some in right now.
Yeah, does cron have like an I notify thing? When a file changes, you can.
You write one.
You can write one, hash the file, and if the hash changes.
Yeah, but is there a way that's easy to do cron so that cron will always monitor a file? Like you said, like hash changes, timestamp changes.
Build their own, they roll their own or script it.
Yeah. Using something like I notify or.
There's lots of ways.
Yeah, one way I do stuff like this, you can have it so that your file list allows it. Is there a way to, like, let's say, a lot of times I'll put like, because I have like salespeople that want VPN and stuff.
Right.
Company. What I'll do is I'll put like a dynamic DNS on theirs, and then allow and like whitelist that address.
That name.
But it's dynamic, so it changes when it happens. How would you resolve it before with the IP tables? Is there like a,
So,
you'd constantly be injecting stuff into the tables?
Yeah.
so
Yeah, the better way to resolve the IP would be that hard. I mean, you can do it like every hour.
Seems kind of a little bit overhead.
Well, you could just have, you could create an IP set VPN, right? And put in the subnet range that your VPN.
Yeah,
because
because
You never have to read this before the.
yeah, he's doing it based on their source.
Okay, so like the Cox IP, not.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Changes, so it's DNS, I just put like, I did it before just to have a line, it works in, it didn't sense, but I was just kind of curious how it would work this way.
Yeah, you have to resolve the IP first somehow and inject it. The way we did it is we actually allowed them to connect. We didn't allow them to go anywhere. And once they connected, we knew that they were who they said they were.
Right.
And then we injected the IP into the IP set and then therefore. Because actually the service I'm using is on is the VPN service. So I use it for both things, for wireless and wireless. Which, by the way, a good source for your IP set, emerging threads.
Yeah, I use those,
That's
in my PSNs.
You can pull them down and massage them to work with IP set.
Yeah.
yeah, I was hoping to,
And it has all the shit networks out there. Even ones that are like now,
I get a lot of hits from that. Blacklist.
I was hoping to have an example of pulling down. That's what some of these other scripts are. So that, say, I don't know, every week, every month, we go out, pull down different websites. What are the Chinese IP addresses? What are the Russian ones? It sounds like that's what you want to do.
Yeah, the emerging threads is a great source for that.
I think it's in here somewhere.
Because they actually build.
I think it's ipdeny.com is what I was trying to get. Notes.
I think they actually pulled their list from emerging threads.
Can your list just be a URL?
Now, it has to be the IP. It has to be that in a special format. Well, now it's like, it used to be IP set add the table name and then the IP with a /24.
Okay, so you want to see what happens if you add a domain name. So
Can you add domain names?
Yeah,
Oh, well, that wouldn't work with license.
not necessarily. Well, it should.
As long as it depends how often it resolves the name. So I just do it once so I can hash it.
Yeah, that's when it loads the table.
So you have to have something that just loads it. So
You do, really.
that would be
Counterproductive?
What some people I've talked to do with this is, and we kind of toyed with this, but we kind of got the number of tables got crazy. We did it dynamically.
Okay.
When the IP came in connected, we knew that they were set, who they said they were. We created a random string as the table name, inputted their IP, so they disconnected, then it flushed that table. It kind of lost its mind. It stopped flushing tables, and we ran out there. It took a little while, but
so is this a small RAM firewall or multiple
it's a
gigabytes?
VPN server.
Yeah, so
It takes about 8,000 connections.
So, I just tried, I just added Google to the China IP set. But it's only listing one IP address, it's probably the top one. You'd have to,
That's listing a geolocated IP address for Google. That's even worse because
yeah, I'm not so scared of the people in Omaha. It's the people in Shanghai and St.
Well, they're
Petersburg.
going to be an IPv6.
Yeah.
They're going to be taking over a computer in Omaha to get to you.
Right.
Yeah, so
Yeah, and the botnets are everywhere. They're compromised machines largely controlled from the Ukraine. When the Ukraine still had the internet.
And gas.
Sure. But yeah, I think
Anybody
this
knows to do
is,
some hacker in Omaha and made everybody there, made everybody get,
did anybody else make it to the Better Business Bureau thing a few weeks back? Where Wazen Dunn, the FBI agent, was in charge of bringing down Zeus botnet. Or a lot of the agents for Zeus. He was there. I talked to him for the first time. Like a decade ago, you could go to, what is it? I mean, this is kind of off track, but it's not, because this is why. Is it Zeus? Yeah. Zeus tracker, you gotta go through I always forget this, but you gotta go to the SSL website. It doesn't, if you go to just plain HTTP, it doesn't redirect you to SSL. But they have a Google map on this website somewhere, and I was following it, and then one day I noticed there was a Zeus command and control center listed as here in Omaha. And this
screen just checked. Because it has a ripple in it.
that's some annoying pages on there.
I was just gonna.
But that's the 1999 had off.
1999 called it.
Somewhere on this website they have they did have a Google map, and it showed Omaha as one of the Zeus command and control centers. There wasn't a whole bunch in the United States. And it turns out it was because the FBI here in Omaha was bringing down, botnets created through the Zeus malware toolkit. But of course, so this is one of my impetuses to have an IP set, is I could just parse websites like this and add them right to IP set. So I don't really have to worry so much about Zeus. I didn't think of anything else I gotta mention. There's lots of other things I could talk about.
Ideally, it'd be cool to have the app history, so that it makes like, so it's basically like the list is just a list, and that's all there is to it.
Or, I mean, there's lists and there's hash tables. It's just a matter of how efficient you can.
You build the list out
You
of
could.
out
Yeah,
of
you go from anything.
so you can have a metadata like this that shows you what line is blocked and who it is.
It doesn't have, you don't have to reference an actual file necessarily. You can feed it anyway, like the ipset command. So you can have a database, it can be database driven, sure. The backend that where it pulls its information from could be a database.
So the ipset command could be a query.
Essentially. Oh, you run a command or basically redirect the output of the database query in the ipset command. Yeah. And that's actually what I do.
It seems to be the easiest way to
Flat
organize.
files are just a pain in the ass.
Right, I wouldn't want to deal with that.
Not when you get past 100,000 lines.
No. I mean, you need like 2,000.
And this is the whole point of having an IP set, because having your IP tables have that many lines in it is just a nightmare.
Right.
Especially when each line has to be,
It's like your
And it takes forever.
all
to
of
parse
text. Yeah, it's not just the freaking IP address. This is like what? Add the table name and the IP. That's it. So.
Yeah, it's. I guess the main thing though is to make sure you reboot your firewall if you install this. Make sure it's working. Make sure you test it, because again, IP tables will be running, but Right. It's empty. It's empty. It's an unloaded gun. It's,
It wasn't that long ago, there was no dash L command, or the list command. It wasn't present. And so you create tables, and you didn't know which ones were running. It wouldn't tell you.
this is like last year?
No, it was longer now. And there was no way to find it, so you had to reboot to reclaim the memory. If you didn't know what the name of the table was.
What? No, I mean, how many people seem to know how that be set? Do you know why? I mean, it's been around since 2.4.
It's been around for a long time. I don't know. I think the biggest reason is because not a lot of people use Linux as firewall until recently.
GSD.
Or they're running, Cisco or something like
Or they're using Shorewall or one or the other.
that.
Untangle.
Which has its own mechanism for doing the same.
Yeah.
And it's, as far as I'm concerned, garbage. It works for home, but it's not, it's not a production level system. A lot of people say it.
Well, we are after 8 o'clock.
Oh.
So the one thing I'd like to say is we are meeting December 2nd. So I know John is regularly looking for wonderful people who are willing to help out and present. So please keep that in mind. to help us out.
Yeah, aren't they gonna do the holiday one?
We will post something to the list to verify that. But we shall now retire to beer 30 downstairs.
No, I wish I could. Not downstairs, Bishop's
Oh,
gone.
They are gone.
Yeah,
We're
really?
gonna, I'm gonna go to
Rosencrantz.
Rosencrantz.
Yeah, that's what everybody recommended.
Rose and Crown, where's that?
Just right around the corner.
How long ago did Bishop's close?
Bishop's closed.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Have a good night.